Hi, Tim from Kingdom Sewing Center in Simi Valley here. We're going to be talking about our Janome M17 launch this Saturday, May 7th. We don't have it in. We have our M7 here, which is the same frame, so we'll talk about it here, but we will have it for the show. I'm going to take the pig out. It seems to be anywhere and everywhere we wants attention. But we're going to first talk about the space here. The largest arm space on a home sewing machine, 13 and a half? Where am I here? 13 and a half? I know it was 13, but it's 13 and a half inches by 5.5. So it's the area that we're looking at, which is huge. Most sewing machines are in this area or this area right here, so once you get used to this, I mean, the other machines look like a miniature sewing machine there. On the sewing side of the M17, they've made improvements from the M7, but we're going to talk about some of the features that are common with both of them. They actually have improved the dual feed system. Janome calls it AccuFeed system. So this is linked internally in there. It is a separate feeding system, so like our feed teeth underneath, this is grabbing the top fabric, especially when we have batting, spongy fabric. The top fabric doesn't feed as efficiently, so the Janome AccuFeed system, which has been out quite a while, is very efficient there. A lot better than add-on walking foot there. There is also one for when you're doing binding or narrow areas, so they have a narrow AccuFeed and the normal AccuFeed system there. One thing that this machine, the M7 and the new M17 coming out, is going to have is, we don't think about it much, but the sewing machine either has the feed teeth up that is advancing the fabric, or the feed teeth will drop and the needle comes down and forms the stitch. When you finish sewing, when your needle comes up, the feed dogs come up, and if you're trying to pull out a quilt or some thick fabric, the feed teeth actually rub against the fabric and it resists and have fuzzing, fraying, and all that. So on the M17, when we bring up the presser foot, the feed dogs automatically drop. It is a smooth surface where we could pull the fabric out. So amazing feature right there. The speed of this machine here is 1,200 stitches a minute. So if you need a project done, that also equates to heavy duty penetrating power. So very heavy duty machine when we're trying to sew on some of that heavier fabric there. We're going to jump over now to the embroidery side of the M17 that we're going to be introducing this Saturday, May 7th there. First of all, the hoop is the largest in the industry, and that is 11 by 18. So that is huge. It is so big. A lot of other companies have done that, and there's a lot of flex in the frame. So Janome actually has a carbon fiber composite frame there, so just to keep the rigidity there, which again is a exclusive that you're going to see with just Janome. So great feature there. The speed on even on the embroidery is up there. I think it's 1,100 on embroidery there. The M17 will have its screen right here, but it's actually going to have two screens. So one is for your sewing mode there, so if I'm adjusting, and when we went digital, we have these, if you're trying to increase or decrease the stitch length or width, you have to get your finger on the plus or minus, and sometimes that is bothersome. So you still have it for the younger generation that wants that digital one, but we still have our little knobs right here where we could increase the stitch length and increase the stitch width there. So you will see on the M17 the normal stitch panel up here, and then your embroidery screen will be right here for doing letters, positioning, merging, all that. So come in this Saturday. We'd love to see you. We'd love to show you it. Gina and I have sat down and sewn on the machine and embroidered on the machine at the Janome convention that we were at 2 weeks ago. We're due to get the machine in. We will be taking orders. We're actually supposed to be getting 3 in. Most dealerships only getting 1. We're somehow bigger dealer than others, and we're getting 3, so we'd be happy to sell you to be the first one to buy it there. So give us a call, come in, talk to Gina or Tim at Kingdom Sewing in Simi Valley.